Hey viewers and friends, Andrew back again and welcome to a movie update video. Long awaited one. I'm sure a lot of people have been anticipating another DVD or movie update from me. It has been about 4 weeks, so a rather long time. There's been a few reasons for that. The main one is I just have not had a lot of time this month to sit down and watch many movies. I think I've watched about 5 movies in the past month, and probably 2 or 3 of them have been movies that I've seen a billion times before and just sort of felt like watching a good movie rather than sit down and watch one of the titles that I've got, several titles actually, that I could have actually watched for future updates, but no, decided to watch movies that I've seen a million times before. So yeah, finally glad to get this movie update out of the way. There's a lot more titles I've got sitting, waiting to be watched for future updates. I am getting around to that. I have got a lot more free time coming up and I have been getting back into movies. So really good. I have missed movie watching, but just have not had a lot of time this month. Plus I also made a deal with myself that I would not be buying any movies for the month of July. It's kind of worked out well. I've only picked up about 4 films, which for me is good because I could quite easily pick up 4 movies, if not more, in a week and not even give it a second thought. So yeah, pretty big accomplishment for me actually, but it hasn't really helped because I have not had time to actually watch any of my backlogs. So yeah, double-edged sword with that one. But anyway, I am back, enough rambling on, and let's get into this update. I have not watched everything in the update, but I think I've watched most of it. Alright, so I got a few books in, and we have Rad Robots. First book I'm going to show you. This is basically a book on robots and sci-fi movies. I haven't had a proper chance to finish the whole book yet, but from what I've read of it and from what I've flicked through, it is a pretty interesting book. So, Rad Robots. Next up we have Zombies, the complete guide to the world of the living dead. I actually won this in Michael's contest, Red Chair Diaries, and this took an insanely long time to get here from Canada. It took over 2 months. First time I've actually received anything from Canada, so I'm not too sure if that is the norm. But that is a hell of a long time, but glad to finally receive the item. I was actually worried that it got lost in transit. Again, I haven't had a chance to fully read the book, but from what I've read, it is pretty good. Just basically goes over the history of zombies, zombie-related movies. But if there's anyone out there that's interested in having a more in-depth look at this book or the Rad Robots book, just let me know and I can post separate videos going over the books at some point. Alright, moving on to the movies now. Got a couple of trades in. The first one was from Chris and Teresa over at Casey Jones. If you're not subscribed to them, I'll be leaving their channel link in the description box below. 2 awesome YouTubers. I love your stuff, guys. Keep up the awesome videos, and thanks for the trade. So Chris sent me the Evil Dead Book of the Dead edition. This has been an edition that I've been wanting for quite a while. Never actually thought I'd ever own a copy because long out of print and fairly hard to come by. But he was good enough to send me his extra copy, so thanks a lot. Great edition. It did not let me down at all. It looks awesome, and yeah, the pages, the artwork look awesome. Comes with the booklet and of course the DVD movie. So this is going to look great in my Evil Dead collection, so thanks a lot, Chris and Teresa. And the next 2 movies are from yet another trade that I did with Brad, Xbox Gamer 82. Again, his channel link will be left in the description box below, so if you're not subscribed to him, check him out as well. So yeah, we did a trade and he sent me Cloverfield on DVD, and one I'm really looking forward to checking out. I'll be watching this one really soon. It is Snoop Dogg's Hood of Horror. A few people have been mentioning this movie lately on YouTube, especially with the few people that have been doing their top 10 horror anthologies. Been wanting to check this one out for a while. I've heard it is pretty good, so looking forward to that. Alright, on to my pickups. So yeah, all of these are spanning back a month ago, except for 4 that I actually have picked up this month. So the first 3 I picked up really cheap at Sanity. I think it was like 3 for $15, and I think I picked these up at the end of June. Still haven't got around to watching them. We have Lake Placid, Stir of Echoes. Looking forward to checking out this one especially. I've heard it's really good. And finally got around to picking up Daybreakers. This has been a movie that I've been wanting to check out for a while. Alright, now there's only one more that I haven't seen, and then the rest I actually have seen. We have The Ruins. This was a really cheap pickup, and comes in a pretty cool lenticular slipcover, and the colouring on the actual DVD is different. So I've never really heard too many people talk about this movie before, and I've always been curious on it. I have no idea if it's any good or not, so if you've seen it, please let me know what you think of it. Okay, now on to the movies that I can actually talk about. So, first up, we have Silent Hill. Absolute garbage. I did not like the movie at all. It ran for 2 hours, and it was about sort of half an hour to 40 minutes too long. The actual environment of Silent Hill, with all the fog and ash falling down, it was really good. Great atmosphere, but that was about all that I enjoyed from the movie. The sort of creatures with no faces looked terrible, and the ending in the church with the girl coming up with all that barbed wire going everywhere looked absolutely terrible. Yeah, I did not enjoy this film at all, so if you've never seen it, I do not recommend it. Next up, I have a movie that I highly recommend. Actually watched this one last night, and that is The Divide. A few people have been showing this movie off lately, and it has been getting a bit of a mixed reception here on YouTube. So I have had this movie for quite a while, probably over a month now. Finally just got around to watching it, and I really wasn't too sure what to expect. I was blown away. I absolutely loved everything about this movie, and I think they absolutely nailed the entire film. Very hard for me to fault anything about this film. Such a well done modern post-apocalyptic movie. It felt really realistic, so well paced. A lot of people have been saying how slow burning the film is. I did not really find it slow burning at all. Sure, there were slow moments throughout, but I thought it was really well paced. You know, there were good bits of action followed with the more sort of character building aspects of the movie, but the two just blended in really well. Absolutely phenomenal ending, and yeah, it just really showed how far people would go to survive when they're really desperate. So if you're a fan of the post-apocalyptic genre and you haven't checked The Divide out, it gets my highest recommendation. Go check this movie out. It is absolutely fantastic. Next up we have When a Stranger Calls. This is the remake, and I am not a fan of the original movie. In fact, I thought it was a piece of shit. This remake is 100 times better. I thought it was excellent film. Really good. I wouldn't really say it is up there with my all-time favourite modern horrors, but you know, it was really good for what it is. I really enjoyed the opening credits. Really well done. This movie was pretty creepy. It had a pretty much unknown cast in it, or at least I've never really seen any of the characters or actors in the movie in anything else, but really, really well done. Especially the girl character, I can't actually remember her name. Camilla Bell, that's her real name, and her name was Jill in the movie. She did a fantastic job, but this was really, really good, and I highly recommend it. Even if you're not a fan of the original movie, still check this one out, because it is so much better. Alright, now on to some non-horror titles. Picked up Unaccompanied Minors. I actually thought that I'd never seen this movie before, but after watching it, it turns out I had seen it before, a couple of years ago on TV, I think. Really, really fun movie about a group of pre-teens or early teens trapped in the Hoover airport due to a snowstorm on Christmas Eve, and just all the sort of antics and naughty behaviour they get up to, trying to escape the airport security. Just really, really fun. Pretty cool cast. It's got Tyler James Wilson from Everybody Hates Chris, sorry. The fat boy from Bad Santa. Kind of disappointed in his role in this movie. He was my least favourite character, actually. And then it had, no, I can't remember his name, but there was an airport worker who was in the 70s show. But all round, pretty fun modern family film, so I had a lot of fun with it. Now the next two movies were two that I picked up this month for really, really cheap, and they've been movies that I've been wanting for my collection for quite a while. But they're two movies that they're not rare or uncommon or anything, but I've never really seen them around before. And this one I'm going to show I'm really excited to finally own, and that is Toy Soldiers. It's been years and years since I've seen this movie, but one of my favourite films from the 90s, starring Will Wheaton from Stand By Me and Sean Astin from The Goonies. This is about a high school invasion movie. This high school or college gets invaded by some soldiers who basically attack the school to overrun it, take over it, and these group of students manage to escape, and it's pretty much basically them versus the soldiers, you know, trying to get the school back, save everyone in the school. Really, really good. I'm definitely looking forward to revisiting it, and if you've never seen this one before, I highly recommend it. And the last one, end the update on a 80s classic note, and we have Big starring Tom Hanks. Again, been wanting this for quite a while, and glad to finally own it. This was one of my favourites growing up, and this also is one that I've never really seen for quite a while. It's been a good few years since I've seen it, so can't wait to give this one another revisit. Alright, and that is my movie update done and dusted. I hope you've enjoyed it, and thanks a lot for watching.